my name is Laura, and today I'm recording Tuesday Talks, and I am changing the topic. I couldn't figure out anything to say about the topic that Jamie had on the discussion, so I am changing it to why I DNF books. So yes, I am a DNFer. I read many books at the same time. I get bored very quickly, and I don't have much time to read, and I schedule my reading. I read in the morning when I wake up, I try to read at lunchtime, and I try to read at nighttime before I go to sleep. So the reason why I DNF books is mostly because they don't interest me, or I can't get into the story. Nothing, the characters, they don't grab me, and they don't make me read on. I get very bored very quickly. I can read a book in like 20 pages and say, I don't like this book, and put it down. That's the main reason I also read many books at the same time, is because I am a mood reader, and I read when I'm in the mood. So if I'm happy at one point and I want to read a happy book, I try to grab a happy book and read that. And I try to jump from story to story to keep my interest. I am the type of person that has to do things at the same time. So, like, if I'm watching TV, I have to fold clothes. I can't just sit there and watch TV. Yeah, so it is my personality that I have to do something. I always have to do something with my hands. Like, even if I'm at work, they're telling me just to sit down, but no, I can't just sit down. I have to, like, rearrange things, move things around. So it's the same thing about reading. If it doesn't interest me, I'm going to put the book down and I'm going to pick something else up. Another reason I DNF books is because the writing style, I can read like 50 pages and don't feel anything whatsoever, or feel like you're not getting anything, like I can't recall what I read. Like, to give you an example, I'm trying to read The Great Gatsby, and The Great Gatsby, like, they didn't introduce the Great Gatsby. You don't see him until page 50. So, I wasn't interested in the book, and of course I put it down. I don't know if I'm going to pick it up and continue reading. They do say it gets better, but I have a hard time with that. Another reason I DNF books is I don't like when they curse continuously throughout the book, especially if it's an audiobook. I don't like to be blasted with an F word like 20 times, 50 times. There was one point that I was listening to an audiobook, and it was like 50 times they said the F word, and I use it occasionally. So I can't say I don't use it at all. My kids say I always do. But occasionally I will slip and say the F word. But it's not every single word is the F word. So I occasionally use it. Yeah. But I don't like listening to it throughout. Another reason I will DNF a book is because I can't figure out how to pronounce words, especially if the names of the words are very hard to pronounce. I get stumped on that. That's when I turn to an audiobook, and that really helps me. Like, my friend said to me, you can't read those type of books. I said, no, I can't. She's like, how are you getting through Harry Potter? And I'm like, well, the audiobook is helping me. Yes. Yeah, so I read the audiobooks 1 through 4 of the Harry Potter series, and that's the only reason I was able to read it. Yes, the audio, same thing with Outlander. I had a really hard time reading that one. I'm still, Game of Thrones, I'm listening to audio. There's no way I would be able to physically read those books. Yeah, they're just too dense, and yeah. So audiobook really helps me to get through that. So the answer to DNFing, yes, I do DNF, and I DNF often. And I don't normally tell you that I'm DNFing. If you could see, if you look through my Goodreads, you will see that I'm currently reading like 20-something books. It's mainly because some of those are DNF'd. So, yeah. But I do have a folder in Goodreads that I do physically eventually move the DNF books to the DNF folder, but I don't have time to do that all the time, so they will stay in my currently reading until I decide, yes, I am going to DNF that, or I'm going to give that book away. Sometimes I give the book a second chance, so we'll see. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this, and I will see you in another video. Thanks for watching. Bye.